Okay, I'm back. I took care of all the rest of the sorcerers and goblins that were infesting the area. And as you can see, I'm right on top of the place where the treasure is. So let's see what we got. Carriage return. And again, I'm just going to take whatever I get. So if it's junk, then it's junk. So, hmm, that's interesting. Gargoyle sling hammer. And a different hammer, but of course, this is practically worthless, but that's okay. Thrown weapon plus 12. That's a sling item. Okay, light crossbow 2259. Alright, let's see here. Regeneration. That's not bad. Let's see. Well, the armor definitely should go into the backpack. Invisibility. Yeah, we'll put it in the backpack. That's 2 silver greatsword. We got some staves we can. I think with standard regeneration, I probably should just go and get rid of it, transfer it to the pool. Yeah, if it's not much better than the standard staff, then we'll see. And there's another one. Yeah, cast spell plus 19, not too bad. So we'll hold on to that. The rest is just minor treasure. Alright, there we go. So we got most of the items. Alright, well, I think that's pretty good. We'll tell our tale. let's see here. So we did get a little bit of, because we were doing quick combat the rest of the time, we did take some life draining damage because we're fighting those sorcerers. But for the most part, we should be healed up within like a few days or so. And the second guy, he'll be back up to full power the next day, and then 2 or 3 days for the rest of them. So these are the weapons so far. He's got, again, the Holy Battle Axe. The spear's not too bad. Improved scan. I know it doesn't do more damage. I'll be getting rid of that Warning Star probably pretty soon. That's just damage. Yeah, I got double damage if I switch to a great sword. I'm trying not to get rid of weapons that I can use. So even though bows are worth 500 as well as Morning Stars, I'm trying not to get weapons that will replace them, mainly because I want to at least have the ability to do ranged combat. So besides, we can always get rid of the weapons at a later stage. So anyway, I've gotten a couple guys with these bucklers, which are small shields, so that helps me carry an additional weapon. So in this case, he has 1, 2, 3 weapons. And the shield, whereas with the shield you only get 1, 2 weapons, and then that's it. So I'm just gonna save it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and get karma for this character all the way up to 500. The same with this character. And my sorcerers are right now at the moment, with the exception of this guy, he got his thrown weapons skill up to 150. So from like 58 to 150, that didn't cost too much experience. So I know I went ahead and improved spear, and this is only the 3rd game month, so you can already see in a way how useful that was. I got to use it maybe for 2 months, and now I have to develop this skill, which fortunately I am. And then I'll, switch back to spear at the end game. So in a way, it's kind of bad that you have to develop multiple weapons, but in a way it's good because it forces you to have more than one damage type. So, cut, bash, thrust, what have you. So, but the cheapest weapon, of course, to develop is the spear, and everyone in the back row will have a ranged weapon of some type. So this guy, he's using a crossbow. That's probably going to be the weakest link because there aren't really any awesome crossbows that you can find in shops in this game. So if I kind of do, which is good, that I actually got his sword skill up a little bit, so I can kind of use that if anyone gets close to the guy who's going to be using, standard sword attacks. So we'll see. But definitely with the axe guy, my plan is to have him wield a two-handed axe, and the same with the guy with the sword. He'll be using a two-handed sword. Now, it won't be right away because there are, well, with the axe guy, once we save the island, we can switch over. But with the sword guy, there's one dungeon that we need to go to specifically to get the most, well, one of the most powerful weapons in the game, and that is the +7 greatsword, and it is just damage. There's nothing else to it. Otherwise, it would be, you know, super awesome, and you'd never want to use anything else. So, and then there's some other weapons in that place as well. Where we can get the sword is some of the most powerful weapons in the game, because you get life drain bowls. You also get that sword. I think there's maybe some other items. Oh yeah, you can get shields that don't use any hands. Now, don't ask me if that's a bug or feature or whatever, because I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just because when you run into this monster group that uses them, they're bow users, so they've got shields to protect against attack, which kind of makes sense with a madman dungeon or what have you. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So let me go ahead and stop the recording here. What I'll do is I'll show you where the rebels are, because as you may have noticed earlier, the ogres mentioned that they were looking for rebels. So I'll show you where the rebel camp is located at, and then we're going after the dragon because we want all that loot and what have you. So I will be talking to you when I get to that point. Bye bye.